Hey y'all, this is your boy Cardinal Lawn Life, or with Cardinal Lawn Life. Well, hello, lawn monsters. Lawn monsters. That's gonna be the name of all of my fans that watch this channel is Lawn Monsters. How's it going, Lawn Monsters? Okay. Uh anyway, I had got some brand new work boots and I'm gonna brag on them a little while. Instead of me going on here Friday or Saturday and doing the review, I'm gonna go ahead and do it now because I wore them all day today, and I'm not gonna have you guys sit on here and or sit on the YouTube live and just wait until either Friday or Saturday for anything to come out. So tonight's gonna be the review of the work boot that I had got yesterday from Bass Pro Workshops. And then I had got my sister a little something, but I'm gonna brag on it a little bit. But as of right now, the work boots are coming first. If you guys want a pair of the work boots that I got, they're redhead. They're really good. They're comfortable. They're lightweight. I wore them a lot today. They're still a little tight, but it's normal. If it's like too tight, like a lot of tight, you can probably go and take them in and get them restranged for a bigger size. But I'm a size regular 10. So they're just a little bit tight for me. But if I keep wearing them or whatever, they're gonna loosen up. So as of right now, they're a good boot. They're lightweight. You're not tripping or anything. You're just, it's almost like you're walking on thin air or thin ice or whatever. But other than that, it's a really good shoe. Um, they're decent. Redhead, they're a decent size shoe and stuff like that. But they're not point toed. They're square toed, which is always easy going when when you're working and doing a long days of work. Excuse me. When you're doing a long days of work, boots are somewhat good for you to be wearing, but you want to make sure that they're not too tight for your feet to where you're going to get blisters and stuff like that, and you're not going to get a blister. Like you want to make sure that your feet when you're walking are not on the back right here. You want to make sure that when you're walking, your back of your heel on the back of these work boots are not scraping or anything like that, because that's a nasty blister waiting to happen. So you just want to make sure that on when you got your boots on and stuff like that, that when you're walking, the blisters are obviously easy going, and you're not getting blisters on the back of your heel from walking. They're a good shoe. Like I said, if you're interested, you can go get a shoe. But they're redhead and they're perfect for whatever you're going to be doing for work. Now, next one, my sister on the redhead type of work shoe and work boot after it's been a long day or whatever. You want to make sure that these shoes are not going to be scraping the ground or whatever. But anyway, that's besides the point. My sister, I got her a shirt, and it is Bass Pro. It's a size small, what she wanted, and stuff like that. And the shirt actually came today. They threw it over the fence and just left it there. And my grandpa, shout out goes to him because he brought it in. It's a good shirt. A small P is what it says. Uh, and it just oh, that's the front. There ain't nothing on the back. Wow. So there you go. Just a small shirt. So there, and again, there's nothing on the back, but I have one that is similar to this shirt, and it has something on the back. So this goes to my sister, uh, Taya Harris. I gotta put this on mute. But yeah, Taya Harris is who I got the shirt for, and that's who it's going to, and stuff like that. So hopefully, she likes and everything. Um, it's a perfect shirt for her. I have one just like it, so now we can be twins. So, and then for my review of my work boots, they're easy going. They're not too heavy. They're lightweight and stuff like that. And my Bass Pro shirt is actually in the dresser. This right here is my desk. It's not a dresser. The big dresser is outside of my office. As of right now, I am currently talking about work boots, and they're easy going. You just don't want nothing too heavy than what I have here in my hand. They're just, they're easy. Redhead is the name. I told my dad yesterday. Shout out goes to Johnny Dog. He had said after I said the name brand Redhead, he goes, "What's that mean?" And I kind of gave him that look, like, you ain't never heard of them? He goes, "I've heard of them before. I was just kidding." He kind of got me there. I thought maybe he didn't know what Redhead was because I'm surely not a redhead. So, so that's where he kind of got me because I mean, But my sister had got a shirt. I had showed it on here, but she's kind of, I'm not gonna say that she's picky on what she wanted, but she's like, "Get me whatever color they got, just whatever it is, not pink, but And the shirt was right here, so. And I did take a nap. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, oh, I didn't sleep, but I did, and here I am right now on the YouTube live chat, and stuff like that. And as of right now, my keys are right here, and I'm going to tell you that right here at the shop, I have I call my bike a truck, so I have that, kind of locked up with beside the trailer, and then I have the landscape trailer, kind of locked up on the fence. So and then I kind of showed a picture to my uncle. Shout out goes to Jeff Harris, and the shout out goes to Jeff Harris. And when I showed him that picture, he goes, "I would never have stuff locked up like that." And it's all kinds of crazy stuff like that. But you got to do what you got to do in landscaping or lawn care. And as of right now, I'm going to say landscaping is different or maybe a little bit different than lawn care. But I mean, I'm going to say that it's the same thing. And then my uncle's going to say, no, it's not the same thing. Landscaping is where you go and do gardening and stuff like that. Landscaping or lawn care is when you go and start, cutting people's grass and stuff like that. It's two different things. To me, it's kind of like the same thing, but it is what it is. And no matter what no matter what I do for a living or whatever, my uncle wants to sit there and say, "Oh, I would never do this. Oh, I would never do that. Oh, I would never be in a closet. Oh, I would never do this." We get it, and he's all for it. He don't cut me no slack. It's always pick this, pick that, pick this. And I told him either yesterday or the day before, if you didn't pick on me, it means if you didn't pick on me, it's because you hated me. But the reason why you pick on me is because you love me. And he said, nope. That's not true. You would pick on somebody if you love them. You wouldn't do it if I don't know. But when somebody picks on you, it's because they love you. That's all it is. But he always picks and chooses what gets me and makes me mad. I'm gonna just say, I'm gonna start agreeing with him. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You went wrong. This is right. I'm gonna start agreeing every time, and he'll figure out that he's not getting to me. That's the one thing. So, and he might say super lame, but he'll find out sooner or later that he ain't getting to me. Because whenever I start saying, "Oh yeah, you're right. That's right. Oh yeah, you're right. You ain't wrong," he's gonna see that he ain't getting to me. But he likes to pick and choose his battles, and I like to pick and choose mine. And my battles are gonna be like, "Oh yeah, you're right. You ain't wrong. Yeah, you're right." So, and he'll see that he ain't getting to me. He'll go and bug somebody else. Now, here's the other thing. He wants to sit there and tell his kids when they're in the window, get out of the window. I told him for a fact just a little bit ago because I was on the phone with him. Now, if you were here in Florida, that you wouldn't tell me to get out of the window. He said, "Yeah, I would. You got to leave people alone. You can't bug them 24/7." Yeah, right. I do what I want when I want. I'm my own boss. Just look at my business shirt. When I'm out there cutting grass, I do whatever I want when I want. Now, when I'm home, I don't get to do what I want. But, I pick and choose my battles, me. Now, you might say, what's your favorite thing to do in landscaping or lawn care? Let's just say I like weed eating, but the most favorite thing that I like to do is leaf blow with a leaf blower on my back. That's my most favorite thing to do. My least favorite thing is to weed eat and mow. I mean, if I had a riding mower and not a stand on or a pushed, my favorite thing would be mowing. But right now, I got actually. I'm just gonna speak from my words. My most favorite thing is to mow and blow with a blower. So, and you might say, what? And get this. Earlier he said, "Oh, you ain't got a wife. I ain't never heard her talk. I ain't never do this." But then out of the blue, I said, "Hey, Jeff." he kind of laughed at that. He thought it was funny, man. Yeah, he started laughing. He's like, "Well, He said that wasn't that near as funny as when you said, "Oh, what's up, man?" on a bike when there was nothing there, when there was nobody there. But you know something? You gotta love who you are. You gotta love the person that you are now because life is life, always will be. There's a saying, but I can't think of the saying. Uh, Live to fight another day or something. I don't know. But this is the main favorite thing that you want to do right here. So, I mean, when you get to a certain level, you're just going to ride. Now, there's another saying that people like to say, ride until you die. But, you don't want to do that. You want to enjoy life as it is. Because I'm going to tell you, the Lord has been good to us whether you like or not. The Lord has been good to us whether you like or not because he follows where you're at. And I'm going to tell you, Jesus doesn't like ugly. He doesn't like when we don't do what God would want us to do. So that's where I try to come in and make some money and spend it and stuff like that. Because when you're a business owner, and stuff like that, you got to do what you got to do. Okay? When you're your own boss, you ain't got nothing to do but ride or die. And that's what a lot of people like to say when they're doing stuff. And it's like, no, you can't talk like that because you got to, live to fight another day, buddy. That's how you got to say it. Live to fight another day. So, it's not, and enjoy time while you can because you don't stay young forever. So, and you got to enjoy life while you can too because that's another thing. Enjoy fishing while you can because you don't live forever. Enjoy fish and enjoy shopping while you can because stores they don't last forever. And I'm going to tell you, shout out goes to Jeff Harris because he works at Dollar General and he tells me whenever I try to tell him that I would want to come up there and help him work, he tries to tell me, oh, you wouldn't be able to handle it. You couldn't handle a real job. I think if I turned around, all your food would be gone. I think you would eat all the products. Or I would find you eating or sleeping. No, you wouldn't. That would never happen, man. So, it is what it is. And, that's a fact. So, and I'm going to tell you, my favorite thing to do is eat. But, I mean, if I'm out there, making money throughout the day, I'm not going to be eating. What's going to be eaten is my weed whacker, which is my weed eater. What's going to be eaten is a lawnmower. There's a thing. So, that's all got to make sense when you're trying to make a business happen. What's going to happen from like now to never? Nothing. Because I can make a sandwich for somebody, which I'm not going to lie. I made a sandwich for somebody a long time ago named Chris Urich. We went fishing. I made 2 sandwiches, one for me, one for him. He was ready for his sandwich. He said, he looks in the bag for his sandwich and looks at me and hollers at me, hey, Joe, where's this other sandwich? I said, oh, I ate it. So not only that, I ate his sandwich right there when we were fishing. I made 2 sandwiches, one for him and one for me. And he goes and looks in my lunch bag and come to find out I ate a sandwich. How's that work? So you got to do what you got to do when it comes to business work. You got to do what you got to do when it comes to fishing time. You got to do what you got to do when it comes to your employees. You got to worry about the gas. You got to worry about how much gas it takes to get to a lawn. That's what it is. That's what it takes, lawn monsters. Because what are you gonna do from now to what you gonna be doing when you got to do what you got to do, right? Trump ain't gonna do what you got to do. He ain't gonna go mow the yards for you. He ain't gonna do this. He ain't gonna do that. Trump's gonna stay in the White House and make the world go right. And that's what he needs to be doing anyways. He's got to make the world go right instead of doing it the way it was when Biden was in office. Because when Biden's in office, I think he just got dumber, and Trump's awesome. Now, I'm not hating on people, because it's not right to hate on people. But there was things that Biden could have done better. There was all kinds of certain things that you could do to keep it from going to bad to worse. There's all kinds of stuff there. But all right, lawn monsters, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. I just wanted to give you the review because I'm not going to be on here tomorrow. I'm not going to even be on here Saturday. I want to enjoy the weekend, kick back and relax. So, and probably Saturday watch the darn Kentucky game. So, with my dad, shout out goes to Johnny Dog. So, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to brag on him a little bit. He's a good dad. I ain't got nothing against my dad. He's been a good dad. He's awesome. So, anyways, And you know, you got to do what you got to do. So, all right, we're gonna log out of here. Yeah, I'm gonna relax and watch the darn game on Saturday. So, all right, keep making money, keep growing, keep mowing, and keep growing. Talk to you later, lawn monsters. Cardinal Lawn Life out of here.